So we're going to check this article out. Biden administration giving GM Stellantis more than $1 billion to stop plant closures and build electric vehicles. Federal government is providing $1.7 billion in grants to help revitalize 11 shuttered or at-risk auto manufacturing and assembly facilities, including 2 in Michigan. The White House and Department of Energy said Thursday. The grants will go to projects across 8 states: Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Maryland, and Virginia. Collectively, according to the Biden administration, I lost my place. There we go. The projects could result in the creation of 2,900 new jobs and the retention of 15,000 current ones. This investment will create thousands of good-paying union manufacturing jobs and retain even more, from Lansing, Michigan to Fort Valley, Georgia, by helping auto companies retool, reboot, and rehire in the same factories and communities, President Joe Biden said in a statement. The move comes as the president fights for his political life following a shaky debate performance 2 weeks ago that has many in the Democratic Party calling for him to step aside. Michigan, the heart of the U.S. auto industry and a pivotal electoral battleground, features heavily in both respects. And the grants come as the global auto industry is recalibrating the slowing pace of electric vehicle adoption. Would-be customers are balking at comparatively high prices, voicing concerns with range anxiety, charging availability, and public money subsidizing the private industry. So to elaborate on that a little bit further, right now they're trying to push this electric car narrative. There's a lot of problems with electric cars. The electric car market is still fairly new, which means there haven't been enough failures yet with these vehicles to have everything in place. Now, the number one thing is the charging network is just not there, as compared to an ICE engine, internal combustible engine. You got 2 gas stations right next to each other in the same spot. Third one is probably a block down the street. Tell me when the last time you seen an electric charger if you live in a city, which you probably see them. I know right now the closest electric chargers to me are 12 miles away. The closest 1, 2, 3 gas stations to me are less than a mile away. So that's a real big issue. Another big issue is with the batteries in the electric cars, they degrade over time, just as batteries do, and just like in your cell phone. And can you imagine the cost of replacing an electric car battery? Normally, the whole bottom of an electric car is batteries. And since the electric car market is still such a new market, it's kind of the equivalent of if you bought a car that was made in, I don't know, let's pick a country. In the Dominican Republic. It is so rare getting that car fixed, if you can get it fixed, will cost you 2 arms and 6 legs. One of the other drawbacks of an electric car is, as we've seen this past winter in Chicago when they had some extremely cold temperatures, the actual chargers did not work. And a lot of the time when you're charging your vehicle, it's going to tell you, it depends on where you at, but it'll take a minimum of 45 minutes to charge up your vehicle, where you can go to the gas station. Hey, you don't even have to go in. Give me 50 on pump 12. What? You out of there in 3 minutes, 5 minutes? You out. And one of the other things is it is a battery. A battery is very, very volatile. A battery that's punctured in any way. I mean, you're driving a vehicle. It's punctured in any way, it starts a fire. And there's even no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. One of the other drawbacks to electric vehicles is they're not good for the roads because they are way heavier than internal combustion engine vehicles. Now, I think we have to give it more time, because I actually think once the infrastructure gets in place with the chargers and all these type of things, electric cars will probably be a good idea for the most part. Oh, let's not forget the most important thing. They're expensive as heck. They cost, even though everything is high right now, electric cars cost way more than gas powered vehicles. And the public at large just really can't afford an electric car. Though in only company that's doing it at scale right now is Tesla in the United States. Only company doing it at scale is Tesla. Then you have Rivian. They're doing it, but they're not as big as Tesla. They're doing it. Oh my goodness, that was another. I can't think of the other car company that's making electric vehicles. So right now is just not good for. Oh, how about this? Electric cars are really not in demand because of all of these drawbacks. Just like you have anxiety when you're looking at your cell phone battery percentage. Can you imagine you driving your vehicle? I got 12% left. It'll probably tell you how far you can go, but that's an estimation. You don't want to have battery anxiety with your car. What if something happened? Yeah, an emergency, you had to go, you got family out of town and you had to just get up and go. You can look up the charging network and plan your trip accordingly. But if you had a gas vehicle, there's going to be a gas station the next block up, obviously, depending on where you're at. More than half of the new funds are heading to projects in or with ties to the Great Lakes state. General Motors Company and Stellantis NV are each slated to receive more than $500 million, with another nearly $1.58 million going to ZF North America Incorporated, an auto parts supplier with a facility in Marysville. Ford Motor Company will not receive any funds. There is nothing harder to a manufacturing community than to lose to foreign competition in a changing industry, said U.S. Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm, a former Michigan governor. Even as our competitors invest heavily in electric vehicles, these grants ensure that our automotive industry stays competitive and does it in the communities and with the workforce that have supported the auto industry for generations. Now, there's a couple of things here. We know that competitors, mainly in China, are trying to pump out these electric vehicles like nobody's business. They doing everything, building battery plants all over the place and this, that, and the other. The reason that they're doing that is Joe Biden said a certain percentage, which was a large percentage, sorry, I can't remember it at this moment, of all new vehicles sold would be electric vehicles. That's the reason that China, by 2030, that's the reason that China is pumping their electric vehicle production way up, because guess what? They want to send them over here. So as far as from a competition standpoint, I can see that. Another good thing about it is it'll maintain jobs and you'll hire some more people. But that's totally short term because the demand is just not there. Now, what they're going to do here, let's scroll down a little bit. I'll show you this right. Where is it? GM posts slight sales increase, record EV sales in second quarter. That's a lie. What the White House did is told GM to say this as a justification for some of the money that they're going to get. So that is a straight outright lie. And they did it this way. Slight sales increase. Record EV sales in second quarter. Those two don't match. Those two do not match. Does that mean y'all sold one more EV than the last quarter, than the first quarter? See, y'all got to pay attention to these type of things. That's just a lie right there. So you go ahead and get your electric vehicle right now. Enjoy your vehicle. Good luck getting it fixed. I can go right down the street if something go wrong with mine, and I'll have it back by the end of the day, if not within a couple of hours.